Welcome to For Those Who Get It, a podcast not only about disabled people, but for disabled people. I am joined today by Atlanta comedian, producer, father, friend, legend, Andrew Michael.
Thank you, man.
Thank
I'm
you for
stoked.
having me.
I'm so stoked that you drove all the way to Roswell just to do this.
It's not that far. Beautiful home.
Thank you.
One of the better sets I think we've had for the podcast thus
well,
far.
yeah, we're doing Christmas up here. All of it is normally here, but then we've got the garland and the fire and the nutcrackers.
Well, so this is the holiday episode.
Yes.
We'll call it the holiday episode. So Andrew, you're someone who I think I've been following the journey of for about a year now. I've been following you for years and years, but you've had a specific journey kind of happen within the last year.
For sure.
Can you describe like what that is in like a broad?
Yeah, and so I am a T6 paraplegic, which if you don't know anything about paraplegia or any type of paralyzation, so I was damaged at the T6, I guess vertebrae down. My spine was completely severed, which is also super fun. And so I was out jogging in this neighborhood where we are right now, right down the street.
Wow.
And a person swerved off the road and hit me while I was driving.
Wow.
They live right there.
Well, you were running? Or?
I was running.
Okay.
On the
And
sidewalk. It was about 8 a.m. in the morning, a little bit before that, and just dropped the kids off at school. But yeah, they live one street over from me.
Still.
Oh yeah, they're there. Yeah, we unfortunately see them at carpool picking up the kids.
God.
Their kids go to.
You see them and the vehicle.
I have yet to see the vehicle.
I feel for the best. I think that one goes in the garage.
I have yet. Well, my wife and my dad, who now have to do the majority of picking them up, see the vehicle often, and about a year after, they've yet to fix it. They have a bungee cord.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Dodge Durango got me real good.
That's crazy.
Hit me from behind. And then
they just like so they swerved off the. Was it like what was happening?
They said they were trying to swerve to not hit a deer, but also
and they hit a deer friend instead.
And they hit a deer friend. A real buck.
Yeah.
They got me. No, and they hit me, but they had come back from a long, like a full night shift. They worked at a place that was doing overnight shifts.
Yeah.
I would say I think they probably fell asleep at the wheel, swerved because what happened was I was on this side of the street. They were coming this way. They veered off went across 2 lanes and ran me over.
So you just had in that moment, do you feel it coming or was it just like all of a sudden?
I remember absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Which is probably for the best.
Your body's like, we'll just leave that one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We'll just fuck it. We can cuss, right? Is that okay. Yeah. And
check back in at Shepherd Center.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we have speculations of what happened.
Yeah.
From the timeline, because we dropped the kids off at school, and then I go out for a run.
Yeah.
And where they hit me, I would not necessarily have been on my way back, time-wise.
Okay.
I would have been still, and so we sort of speculate, at least my wife and I speculate that I saw the car coming, turned around to run.
Yeah.
And
that's why it hit you in the back.
And that's why it got me in the back. Because otherwise I would have been on my way back to the house.
Yeah.
But time, and this is something that we really didn't even like I guess not. We didn't not talk about, but
Yeah.
there's a lot I don't know about it until it's kind of sort of been coming
Yeah.
to fruition. And so I was like, oh, if I was going that way at that time, that would not have been kind of my normal run
Yeah.
that I would do. And so I think they fell asleep, started coming across the lanes. I think I saw them,
Yeah.
turned around to try to run.
Like Prometheus style, just
Yeah.
straight away from the
Dude.
tree that's falling towards
Dude,
you.
of course.
Yeah.
And then they ran me the fuck over and then hit a tree and a light post. And then they stopped.
Wow.
Well, they didn't
Yeah,
stop.
I mean, yeah. The
Yeah,
car ceased
the car
moving.
stopped moving.
Yeah.
And so then that's where and again, I remember none of
Yeah.
this.
Have you considered pitching this to Christopher Nolan as like a Memento sequel?
Oh yeah.
Like tattoo. You have plenty of tattoos. Like,
I know.
you should have
Yeah.
tattooed a couple reminders on your body.
You
of,
know,
like,
man, I wish I had like well, I don't know if I wish I had memory of it.
Yeah.
I'm glad I don't
yeah.
because I think it was,
Your body decided that for you.
yeah, and so I recall absolutely nothing
Yeah.
from getting hit to being. I don't remember anything till being out of surgery.
Yeah. Which is honestly not a bad place to check back in
Yes.
when things are a little bit more stable and
It's not
on,
awful.
on the positive track.
Yeah, it's my surgeon did a great job.
Love that. Shepherd
He,
Center,
yeah,
incredible place.
Well, so I originally was at the WellStar in Roswell,
okay.
and that's where they did the surgery. Dr. Zussman, and I've
out.
talked to him. Yeah, shout out. I've talked to him since this, and he told me it was the worst case he'd ever seen, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's cool to be able to say that you are the worst case
Yeah, I was
a
the-
surgeon has
the
seen, and then
worst
be
thing
able to
he-
be the one telling people that.
Yeah,
you know?
but he that guy saved my life.
Yeah.
So
it's incredible.
he's awesome.
Yeah,
I love him. Yeah, he's
he's on the Christmas card list now for sure.
of course. But the bummer is that like we're the same age,
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh, I'm 39,
yeah. Well,
and you're just saving lives left and right.
you're pretty adept with the crochet needle, so
I'm
we all
pretty,
have skills.
I'm okay
we
at
all have
some
skills.
things, but damn, I've never, saved
Yeah.
a life doing something like that.
That's true. It's
But and so all that to say, I was at Shepherd.
yeah,
I got transferred to Shepherd Center out of the ICU, and was there mid-December through mid-February
wow,
of this past year, and then went into an outpatient rehab at the Shepherd Center.
great.
So I'd go there every day from here in Roswell. And, well, I was living with my parents for a little while in
Yeah.
Alpharetta. Chelsea, my wife, my two sons, Waylon and Rand and Jean, we were all living over there because we were doing modifications
Yeah.
to our home here to make sure that I would be able to come home and just live.
Yeah. No, you telling me
kinda-
so the only thing you had left to do when you got back was paint, right?
Yes.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
guys did, it was that you moved the entrance of the home, you
Man,
added a ramp.
We moved the entire home around
That's crazy.
so that we can have a accessible bathroom, toilet, shower downstairs. We have a stair lift so I can get upstairs, and upstairs an accessible bathroom up there, like showers. Like it was a whole. I mean, we took out. We had a lot of. We got a lot of GoFundMe money, which
Yeah.
was amazing,
Which well deserved.
and then also took out a loan.
Yeah.
And so
Is that a loan that's like secured or backed by anything for this purpose, or is it just kind of a normal?
it's just
loan?
kind of a normal.
That's unfortunate.
Just yeah.
They should
yeah.
have specific loans for that. I feel like.
There's a few things that we have apply like grants that
Yeah.
the government has, and we're waiting to
Yeah.
hear back from a lot of them
Yeah.
because I think I mean, the government's great right
Yeah.
now.
Oh,
and stuff.
I mean, they're working
They
great,
couldn't
and they
be
love,
doing-
especially people with like tattoos. They love giving benefits too.
and they love disabled people.
They love disabled people. They love making things easier for
Of
disabled
course.
people.
Yeah, and so but I mean, yeah, it's been like 9 months, and we're waiting on some money.
Yeah.
From some of that stuff.
So you did all that to your home, and
Yeah.
your neighbor still didn't fix their car.
No, there's a bungee cord hanging onto the bumper.
Like you were able to remodel your entire home.
Yeah, there,
And they
dude,
couldn't
we
even
could-
plunger out the dent from where
Dude,
you
we
were hit.
could drop these mics right now,
Yeah.
and we can go over there and fuck them up if we want to.
I do feel like you could be the first like disabled John Wick. You have like a story that like justifies like a revenge arc.
I wish, man, and it's kind of one of those things that, and I don't want to like say too much because there's some legal implications of we are, but I mean, honestly, we're not really trying to sue anymore.
Yeah.
Because we were attempting to, and just don't have any money. You know, they could say, "Oh, you're owed $5 million."
Yeah, but if there's
But
no
if
$5
you don't
million,
have $5 million, you
Yeah.
don't get that money.
Yeah.
It's not. There's nothing that.
go bankrupt and just
Yeah, there's-
don't
but- and-
make
yeah.
any money over the table ever again.
Right.
essentially.
That just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And so, unfortunately, I didn't get hit by a Walmart truck.
Right?
Because if I
Like
did,
Tracy Morgan?
then
yeah.
I could,
Yeah.
then you could actually get some money.
Yeah. Or a city bus, too. I've heard
Yep,
those are like.
yeah. But no, I just got hit by some lady who lives in my neighborhood, and now I have to deal with seeing her at the book fair.
And I feel like that's seeing the person who like made your life so hard for such a chunk of time. Like I wouldn't say ruined, obviously, because that's like, but like,
well, that's
as
very
much as
nice.
someone
I
can
would say
ruin
ruined.
a life. Yeah,
I would
and
say
you just
ruined my
seeing her
life.
at the Scholastic book fair.
Yeah.
Like, hey.
Well, and the thing is, our the elementary school is literally in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
So like you drove down, like when you came to my house
Yeah.
right now, you
Very
drove.
slowly and responsibly.
Of course,
Very
obviously.
responsibly.
Of-
you drove down the
obviously,
street.
obviously. But you drove. I mean, if you would have gone a half a mile past
Yeah.
the turn to get in here,
Uh-huh.
you'd be at the school.
Wow.
And then if you would have gone a half a mile past that, you'd be exactly where I got hit. So I got and so
And you're like fine to still live here? Like what is that? Is there like emotional elements to that? Like have you, gone past the spot
we drive by it all the time.
and it doesn't like put you in any sort of
It's my fucking house.
yeah.
You know,
It's
I'm not gonna say that every time we drive by it,
Yeah.
you know, I don't think about that, but also,
sure.
yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
It's my house.
This is my house and it's even like I think
yeah, we earned this.
Yeah.
And so,
and
you
the
know,
amount you've like done to make it still your house too.
Yeah,
It's like
of
you
course.
continue to like like prove how much this is your home.
right. Yeah. Yeah. If, and we, you know, I wanted to, like, people when it happened would say like, well, just buy a ranch house. And I'm like, well, where the fuck do I buy a ranch
Yeah.
house?
That's
Like, I
anywhere
don't have
near
that. And even if I had the money to buy a ranch house, then I still would need to spend the money to make it
Yeah.
like adaptive.
Accessibility isn't
Yes.
like implied by it being one story.
The word accessibility is insane.
Yeah.
Like it means everything and nothing at the same time.
Yeah.
And you understand. I mean, I'm sure
Yeah.
you know.
I
Like,
think I definitely different kind of parts of it for sure.
of
but
course,
it's,
yeah.
it-
No,
like-
I'm not saying we're like exactly.
But
the same,
accessible is
but-
like I think accessibility in like the word itself just means like doing whatever that person needs to be
Yes.
accommodated. But like there's such a standardization of what is accessible now, especially
Right.
by like the government. Like, oh, this is accessible, and we'll put our big stamp on it, and then like. You know, oh, but it's too thin of a ramp for a manual chair to go up. It only works for electric chairs, or you know, it's like
Right.
little things that they don't
Yeah.
take into account.
Of course, and like we've dealt with that slightly,
Yeah,
and I'm sure we will deal with it way more because again, I'm so new to being
Yeah.
disabled.
Welcome to the club.
Like, yeah. Oh, well, thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that
Happy to have you.
that's like one thing I follow a ton of people, and I get constant Instagram and Facebook
Yeah.
videos of people who are disabled,
Yeah.
and some of them are awesome,
Mm-hmm.
and some of them I'm just like, well, you're just fucking complaining.
Yeah.
Like I get, like, yeah, of course, everything is not going to be designed
For sure.
for me.
Yeah.
That is, like, I'm not mad about that.
Yeah.
I lived 38 years
Mm-hmm.
not even worrying about that.
Not-
So
yeah.
why would I all of a sudden be like, wow, you don't, your bathroom sucks. Now, if I've drank too much and at a brewery and there's some asshole who's in the handicap stall,
Yeah.
yeah, I've fucking yelled at him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
it's
like,
fine.
"Hey."
Yeah.
Bump.
Well, I'm just like, bro, there's 3 other stalls. What
Yeah.
the fuck are you doing? And then he gets drunk and is just dumb. And then I go home feeling bad about it because I'm
Yeah.
like, why did I even? It wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
You know
for
what I
sure.
mean? Like sometimes I like pick your battles.
Yeah.
about
I'll have people
stuff
come and be like, "Why don't you play basketball?" I'm like, "Oh, I have a heart condition," and they're like, "Oh."
yeah,
I'm like, I just ruined that guy's day, you know?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He's up and like, "Oh, I want to talk to an NBA player," and then I'm like, "No, I actually had heart surgery 3 months ago," and they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay,
it was just,
bye."
it's just some drunk dude at a brewery
Yeah,
taking a piss,
exactly.
and then I couldn't wait.
He just likes the big stall.
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
or honestly, it may have been the only option
Yeah,
until I rolled in.
Right.
It was a split second,
yeah,
and then I'm like, well, "Fuck you,
Yeah.
you fucking Pete." But I mean, there was one time recently that it was just some drunk dude
yeah.
who was like puking in a toilet.
Uh huh.
And
I have noticed handicap stalls are always the one that gets blown up the worst,
yeah,
and I feel like that's like a smear campaign against disabled people.
I
You know, like
y-
they're making us look like we're shitting like that.
yeah, no.
That was some drunk guy who went in there because it was the big one.
The only time I've gotten really, really mad is that I was at a brewery not too long ago, and I yelled at a guy for being drunk
Mm-hmm.
in the handicap stall because he was just. You look through they got the goddamn crack.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can see him, and he's just. You know,
He's
what I mean?
occupying the
He's
space.
doing that like he's just. This guy's not standing up. He's
Yeah.
swerving right to left.
yeah,
And then I was like, just get the fuck out, man.
yeah,
And then he came out, and then I went in, and he had dumped his cup in the toilet. And I go, dude, you gotta dump your cup in the toilet. And then he came up and he grabbed the back of my chair and pulled me away. And so that pissed me off
yeah.
because, like, dude, you're
That's
just
assault at
like
that
that's
point.
like, I mean, that would
Yeah.
be the same as. I guess it's not the same, but you
But
know what I mean.
Like grabbing
And-
a person.
yeah,
Like, that's
grabbing.
an extension
yeah,
of you
yes,
at this point
yeah.
because it's the way that you are
Yeah.
mobile.
Yes.
If they grab my leg, that's
Yeah,
the way that
right.
I'm mobile.
But I probably shouldn't have said anything. And honestly, it's not even that big of a deal because even if the cup's in the toilet, so I have to catheterize
Yeah.
to go to the bathroom. So I have to I don't have to sit on the toilet.
Yeah,
I could honestly do a catheter
yeah.
right here, right now,
Right.
if you want me to.
I wish you would.
Well, please. We'll show it on the video. But and so I didn't have to say anything.
Yeah,
But also, it was just like I was trying to be. It's my cat over there. I was trying to be a dick,
yeah,
but also I wanted him to know that he was being an asshole.
yeah.
But I don't know. I think
I mean, you're allowed to have a couple moments where you're like, I want to make sure that he knows how shitty he's being right now.
yeah,
Like,
it did.
It's not going to change anything, but he's
Yes.
going to feel bad for just this one moment, and I think he should because he
Yeah.
and then next time when he's maybe going to do that thing again, he might not. You know?
Yeah, hopefully he does, but I'm not. I think I'm still new enough to being disabled
Yeah.
that I'm not mad every time it happens.
Yeah.
I'm only mad when it is like really fucking with me. I mean, we were at an event at my kid's school,
Mm.
handicap parking.
Yeah.
on the right side is the lines.
Mm.
You're not
Yeah.
supposed to park
So
in
people
the
can
lines
get out of their car
because
if
I can't get out of the
they
car.
have a lift. Yeah.
And I don't have like a ramp,
Yeah.
but still, I can't open my door all the way and get out.
Right.
And then there was a car parked there.
In the lines.
Yeah, right in the lines. And they waited. Like we got in the car and they came out, and I fucking yelled at them.
Yeah.
And so did my wife.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, and then it's like that same week.
Yeah.
They were trick or treating at our house, and my son recognized them, and they were someone's parents in my kid's class. And then I felt bad, but I'm like, fuck it. I shouldn't feel bad. They're the ones who parked. They had on the back of their car, they had a triathlete sticker. Oh, you couldn't. Oh,
That feels like an
oh,
insult
cool.
to injury.
You couldn't fucking. You got to park here. You couldn't.
Yeah, I
you're
can run.
Yeah, you're
park
a
down the
triath-
street and run.
Yeah, I
huh?
can run, swim, and bike, but you couldn't fucking.
Yeah, go fucking park across a lake and swim
Dude,
over here. All right.
It was just so, and they, you could tell they were embarrassed, but it's
Yeah,
also
and
like,
they should be.
but they'll probably do it again.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. It's interesting you said the thing of like you're so new that it doesn't make you mad every time, because I think that's a symptom of something where it's like I think the longer and more of my adult life I've spent as a disabled person, the less angry I get about each individual instance.
Really?
Because you just have to get to a point where you're like, you live every day with that constant like, and it's just like, I'm not gonna let the negativity like turn my day worse.
Right.
You know, like, but sometimes you can feel like you get like a win out of it, where it's like you feel better about like making that person really think about their choices, and that's nice. But like, if I got mad every time someone, you know, came up and was weird to me about like my height or basketball, I had a dude who was like, "I'll put you out of your misery right now if you don't play basketball," which is a death threat. Like that's the chicken nugget guy at Six Flags, just fully threatening my life.
Yeah.
Because I don't do a thing that he decided I should do. You just have to like. You realize like longevity, the longer into it you get, you're like, oh, this is going to keep happening every day.
Right.
And I need the ways that I like turn the situation to where I benefit. So now when people ask if I'm a comedian or if I'm a basketball player, I say no, but I'm a stand-up comic, hand them a card or something. You know, I do something to like
Right.
redirect their attention to where I benefit from it at the end of the day.
Yeah, man. I mean, you've been dealing with this your
Yeah.
whole life.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that is like such a crazy thing to be like. I saw something online. I don't know. I'm sure it was some fucking meme
Yeah.
but like you can become a part of the disabled community in a matter of seconds.
Tina Frimmel, I think, has a joke about it. It's like it's the only minority group where everyone can and probably will become a member at some point.
And that's what happened
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
I was like literally running and training to
Yeah.
run a fucking marathon.
Yeah.
And now that's never going to happen
Yeah.
again. But you've had that kind of
Yeah, I think
your
it's
whole life,
a really
right?
interesting,
Like, and
different
so-
experience. Because
yeah, I'm not like trying to compare or
No,
contrast. I'm just
yeah.
like you, like we're
It's
in the
always
same
been the
boat,
case
but we're not in the
versus
same boat.
like-
Yeah.
Versus
but
all
yeah.
of a sudden everything switched. I
Yeah.
That's why I was like, so to be totally frank, I was like probably more like nervous coming into this one out of any interview I've done, because you had an incident happen to make you disabled versus like growing up and living your entire life with the disability, because that's
Right.
been everyone on the podcast thus far. So it's like, I do think it's really interesting, like that transition, and especially because you don't have a lot of memory of like the moment and like
Right.
the before and after, so you kind of have like two distinct kind of chapters of
Yeah.
your life. Like, are there any things that like people wouldn't think about that are different for you now, like if they hadn't had this experience?
I think the biggest thing that I've like sort of had to, aside from just all the physical,
Yeah.
just can't piss shit on
Yeah.
my own, need help to.
Yeah.
But I think it's tough when there's like a group of people who want to get together,
Yeah.
because that has happened.
Mm-hmm.
And they have not seen me since being in the hospital. Or I mean, you know, maybe they came and visited in the hospital
Yeah.
and stuff. But then all of a sudden I have, 12 people telling me that I look great,
Yeah.
or
It's like when you
or-
get off stage, they're like, "Oh, it's really hard what you guys do up there."
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah, that was so
you
good. I'm
tried
like,
so hard up there.
yeah. And they're like, "Oh, you look great." I'm like, "Oh, well, compared to, being hit by a Dodge Durango, I look fucking awesome."
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily love, everything. But I think that's the toughest thing is the distance between knowing people then and
Yeah.
now. Because like you said, it's like, because for me it was a split second.
Yeah.
And so how do I go from, oh, I was this guy,
Yeah.
to now I'm this guy?
Yeah. And will these people that you've known who knew that guy,
Yeah.
will they be able to
Yeah.
know this guy in the same way?
Yeah.
Like,
And I'm not dogging on those people
yeah.
because they want to see me or whatever.
Yeah.
But it still is very hard.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, well, last
is-
time I saw you was, a couple years back.
Yeah.
And it was like, I think there's that, like, I think I had probably what a lot of folks who were seeing you again for the first time had on the drive over, just being like, all right, I really hope that, like, especially because we were going to be talking about it specifically.
For sure.
I think I finally understand what people feel like when I casually mention having open heart surgery like 3 months ago, and then they're like,
Right.
"Oh my god!" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, well, I mean, it's fine. I did a comedy special about it. It's whatever." I'm like trying to like kind of move forward with
Right.
it, and it's still such a new like crazy thing for them that they're like stuck on it the whole conversation almost.
Yeah. Yeah. It's tough because, again, like you said, I'm like trying to move forward,
Yeah,
but also I'm not moving forward at all.
right. Yeah,
So it like every
forward for you is back to where you were.
yeah,
Yeah.
like nothing forward makes me the person I was
Right.
before, and that I think that's the thing that sucks the most.
Yeah.
Because I'm just fucking, my feed is just filled with people who are paralyzed, and they're like, "Oh no, you got to start your new life," and I'm like, "Buddy, I barely liked my life.
Yeah.
Like now,
Right.
now I have to start a new one."
With
And-
a different set of circumstances.
Yeah, and now I can't walk, I can't fucking shit, I can't piss on my own, and so like, and I think that's not to get too graphic, but
Yeah.
like, so many people are like, "Oh, he's paralyzed from his waist down." It's like, well, actually, I'm done from about here down. Okay, so I feel nothing from my chest down.
Mhm.
I can't feel when I have to pee.
Mhm.
I can't feel when I have to shit.
Yeah.
So I have to do all these like, if it were just not walking,
Yeah.
I think I'd be okay.
Yeah.
Like I think it'd be like,
And that's
okay,
the thing
that's
I
all
feel like
right.
that
That's-
everyone fixates on
Yes.
when you're talking about this journey. So that must be so frustrating because like the thing you're actually struggling the most with is a thing that people don't even want to like acknowledge or
Of
like you
course.
don't feel fully comfortable just sharing.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I
in
don't
like
feel
a social.
like. Yeah, I don't want.
Hey, by the way, can't shit.
Yeah. Oh, like
How are you doing?
I don't want to like go out
Yeah.
to this event because I might piss my pants.
Yeah.
And
I
so
mean, understandable.
and again,
hesitation.
that's getting the hang of it.
Yeah.
But even talking to people, who've been paralyzed for much longer,
Yeah.
it's still just a thing that you just kind of deal with.
Do you
and
have a
stuff.
good community of folks like that you're kind of building, or anyone like
I
you talk to in
should,
particular? Yeah.
but I don't.
I highly recommend it as like a person who like I struggled a lot with my diagnosis when I was 11. I was diagnosed,
Okay.
and then I was pretty depressed for like 3 years. Pretty much like gave up on like school and life, and was very much like
Okay.
just coasting until I thought I would die at 30. And then I went to a Marfan conference when I was like 14 and met like 600 people with Marfan syndrome, some of them in like their 70s, and it like completely changed my
Really?
outlook on life. Just the way you can like walk into or like be in a room with people where you cannot.
You can
mention,
say walk. It's okay. I'm not that. I'm not.
I
I understand,
caught
and I'm
myself
not.
saying
No,
that, and I was like, I don't
I
wanna-
saw you catch yourself. I'm not mad. I understand.
Yeah,
Dude, I fucking say it.
Yeah.
All the time. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I'll just walk out. I'm like, well, I'm not actually going to. So
Roll
just,
out. You
sorry.
just
yeah,
roll into a
I'll just
room.
roll. Yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to
No,
interrupt
no.
you.
I
but,
think it's.
yeah, I just.
you saw it happen.
I saw it. And I was like,
clocked it in
I was
myself,
like, don't
and I was
worry
like,
about it,
"Alright."
man. I'm okay.
Yeah.
It's I get offended
Yeah.
very lightly,
For sure.
especially when it comes to
Well,
a
it's
friend.
not even for you. It's for anyone else at home who might
Of
be
course.
in the military.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, 'cause-
I know you can handle it, but someone else
yeah.
out there. I gotta be accommodating to everybody. But I
Sorry,
think,
yeah.
No, it's like it's being in a room with people where it's all. I find myself with Marfan folks that I don't need to talk about the Marfan syndrome stuff
Mm-hmm.
as much, or like the kind of bare bones of it all. Like
Right.
you were talking about, like with the leg issue specifically, that's something that people fixate on when they don't understand the experience. Versus you walk into you are in a room of people with your same life experience. All of a sudden, you're going straight to, oh, it sucks that we can't shit. You know, it's like you don't even have to do the baseline. You're
Yes.
just automatically into the nitty gritty, like
And-
side details, and you're actually interested in what they have to say.
And my wife has even said that, like, when I'll have to go to Shepherd Center,
Yeah.
where I spent. I mean, that was after the ICU. Again, I spent months there, in like literally living there, and then in outpatient rehab.
Yeah.
And when I've gone back for like checkups or something, like they keep track of you, and I
Yeah.
go back, and my wife has been like, "You just seem so like happy,"
Yeah.
and I'm like, I'm not happy,
Yeah.
but it's cool to roll into a place
Yeah.
where everybody is,
Yeah.
at some level of paralyzed, or the nurses know you. The damn, I mean,
Yeah.
you go get chicken fingers at the cafeteria.
People who know what
And
you've
they
been
know
through
exactly.
in that entire
It's
facility.
yeah, they're not. Yeah, so I'm just kind of surrounded by
Yeah.
people who go, "Oh, it's fine."
Yeah, they serve chicken fingers to thousands of
Yes.
paralyzed people.
Yeah, and they're
on a daily basis.
so great.
So they know. Yeah, it's that environment.
Yeah, there's
is
something
so
about
crucial.
that, like you're saying,
Yeah.
going to a conference.
Yeah.
It's just there's something about that where you don't have to explain yourself,
And the social element of it too is so fun.
Yeah, and
Like,
it's and again, it's not even like I'm hanging out and can I get your number? Can we
Yeah.
chill? It's just no, we're just all here.
just casually like, oh, hey, how's it going? How are you doing this week? Oh, are you
Yeah.
doing this, and this? Like, just the fact that you guys can actually understand what each other's going through in that
Right.
way. I highly recommend, if there's like, I imagine there's probably like larger nonprofits that interact with.
I'm sure there
the
are. I
paralyzed
need
community.
to. I have not been good about it.
Yeah, I know Camp Twin Lakes. Do you know about them in Winder?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a disability camp specifically. It's completely accessible as things can be completely. but
Right.
It's targeted at disabled populations, so different
Okay.
camps will go there for like a week at a time. So I've been a counselor with the Marfan camp that I helped start since I was like 18.
Oh, cool.
And it was like one of the coolest experiences for me as a person who didn't get to go to camp as a kid, to be able to go back to like a camp with accommodations built in and be able to do all that kind of stuff. And so I think there is like specifically like a paralyzed camp at Twin Lakes.
Yeah.
I do think like long term that could be something that would be really like healing for you to like be able to work with younger people who also have the same experience. You know?
I would love to like work with people.
Yeah.
I don't want to necessarily be a part of, like at Shepherd, and they're great, but
Mm-hmm.
everyone's like, you can rock climb, and I'm like, I didn't do that.
Yeah. I didn't do it before. Why am I doing it now?
I did, and I was a Boy Scout. I did rock climbing, kayaking, canoeing.
Yeah.
There's all the Boy Scout stuff. They're like, well, you can water ski. I'm like, I used to,
Yeah.
but it's not a thing. I didn't do it for 10 years when I wasn't paralyzed.
Like, why do I have to do all these extreme sports now that I'm
Yes,
disabled?
yeah, of course, yeah. Oh, do you?
Because the Special Olympics not as competitive.
You
now
know,
I
you
have
play
to
the
do all of them?
XFL. I'm like, I don't.
Good.
That's not my bag.
Yeah.
But my whole thing is definitely more. I want to be able to be the best father I can
Yeah.
to my kids.
I think that's a really admirable goal.
Yeah, and they also have muscular dystrophy.
Yeah.
And so my thing is like, give me the stuff that is for kids with muscular dystrophy,
Yeah.
and I'll figure out how to do that.
Yeah.
Because I'm
I love
okay.
that. Yeah.
I'm okay. I
Yeah.
don't, again, like, I like rock climbing, I like
Yeah.
kayaking, I like camping, but
But you'd rather do
I
stuff
want
that.
to, can they do that, and then can I do that with them?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it could be something where your kids too. I know there's a lot of different camps. I know there were some kids with MS at a camp we shared with one year. So I know there's a lot of different populations out there.
Yeah.
I was really interested to hear, like, do you feel like your dynamic with your boy's disability has changed at all since?
So I don't think so, because the type of muscular dystrophy that they have is called LMNA, congenitive muscular dystrophy, which
Yeah.
is it's a mutation in the LMNA gene
Mm-hmm.
that has caused both of them to have muscular dystrophy, and they have not found it in my wife or myself, but it's obviously there.
If they both have it, yeah.
They both and the exact same mutation.
Yeah.
They just have not. We haven't gotten there
Yeah,
yet.
I'm a spontaneous mutation, but both my parents have a ton of indicators for Marfan syndrome.
Yeah,
so
and-
there's
and
so
so
much in genetics they don't know
There's been
about
people
yet.
who have been like, "Well, it's just random." I'm like, "Well, is it really random that
Or is it
two
just you
back
don't
to
know
back? It's just a thing we don't know." And so, I think that. So right now, like, their muscular dystrophy does not present itself. I mean, it definitely presents itself, but not as drastically as there's like Duchenne's muscular dystrophy would be like the more still rare, but more common type
Yeah.
that people would know about.
Mhm.
And so theirs tends to present itself a little bit earlier on, plateau, and then when they get older, and older I mean like late adolescence, early 20s, will start to present itself more,
Gotcha.
especially with heart and respiratory.
Okay.
So
Is it's muscular, right?
Yes. So it is.
It's so funny how similar that is to a connective tissue disorder like Marfan syndrome. It
Okay.
like presents in a similar way.
Yes.
The respiratory, heart, and eyes are like three of the big things.
Okay. Yeah. So theirs is definitely going to be respiratory and heart.
Yeah.
And so you can have, there is a huge population. More common is having a LMNA mutation.
Mhm.
So I don't know if this is like too much.
No,
but
this is for
but
the
yeah,
real
it's-
interested folks.
so it's more common to just have a mutation in the LMNA gene
Yeah.
that then causes heart problems.
Oh, okay.
So there are a lot of people who are older
Mhm.
and they have heart issues,
Interesting.
and then they realize, oh, I have this mutation in my LMNA gene,
Yeah.
and then my children will have that. But again, these are the heart issues that present itself in your 40s, 50s.
Yeah. So you don't know about that until.
Yeah, they don't necessarily correlate with muscular dystrophy.
Okay.
And unfortunately, ours does.
Okay.
But I don't have that mutation that causes my heart to do that.
Right.
And neither does my wife. And so, but there's somewhere in the genes that it clearly
Some sort of storm or something. Yeah. It's
some
all very confusing.
fucked it all up.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, my kids go to physical therapy
Yeah.
twice a week, occupational therapy.
Do you do any of that with them?
So I don't. I used to, depending on who you go to. When they were younger, I would go with them. My wife would go with them. But now we just drop them off, and they do hour of PT, hour of occupational therapy. They do stuff at school, which is also why I like all the cuts in special education.
Is it through like their 504 plan?
So they have an IEP,
IEP, yeah.
independent education
Yeah, yeah.
program. And so, but it also presents itself very differently. Randy Jean, my older son, who's 7, seems to have more strength than my younger son Waylon.
Okay.
But it also there's just I don't know, I've talked to a lot of people. It's
Yeah.
we're trying we're doing everything we can. Well, Waylon, my younger son, goes to aquatic therapy.
Wow.
But then that's why this whole then me getting hit by a car
Yeah.
just fucked us.
Yeah.
Because I was the one taking him to all these things
Yeah.
because my wife works a full-time job
Yeah.
and I was staying at home
Right.
working part-time at the tattoo shop. And so now I can't do those things.
Yeah.
Hopefully I will at some point. I've just
Go back to the tattoo shop.
Well, I would love to go back to the tattoo shop. Just mentally, it would be important to me
For sure.
because I love them. Yeah, they're family
Yeah.
to me. But I've just gotten. I'm driving finally in the car.
Yeah.
But getting in and out of the car with the chair is a thing
It's a
that's.
pain. Yeah.
But all that to say, so for the kids, I just. Yeah, it's a lot to take them to and from school,
Yeah.
to and from physical therapy, occupational therapy, and stuff. So it's just kind of a fucking shit show.
Yeah. You guys had the maximum amount you needed of disability in this household. And then
We already thought we were
You got
fucked, and then
extra.
I got hit by a goddamn car. And then also, it was so. I was running to raise money for the Muscular Dystrophy Fund.
You have to go, John Wick. You have to. The story, someone's gotta,
But we did the up until when I got hit. So I did. I ran the Atlanta. I ran the Peachtree Road Race,
Yeah.
which was my first race, and so that was 6 some miles.
Uh-huh.
Then I ran in October. I ran the Atlanta 10 miler, ran 10 miles, and then I did my first and last half marathon
Uh-huh.
on Thanksgiving of last year, and we raised just over 20 grand.
That's
Yeah,
that's incredible.
for the Cure CMD, which is helping to raise money to find a cure for
Wow.
my kids.
That's incredible.
And so I was trying to continue
Yeah.
raising money and
Yeah.
training because I was going to run a marathon this year.
Now you just got to do the Special Olympics marathon. You know?
And let somebody else do it to this.
Yeah. You've done enough
I
training.
did. I got fucked
physical
up.
training.
Yeah. No, man, maybe one day.
Yeah.
It's
Or some other route of supporting.
yes,
Yeah.
of course. It's I will never stop supporting
Of course.
my kids. I've not done stand up since.
Yeah.
Have not worked at the tattoo shop since. And so yeah, hopefully I'll get back at it.
Yeah.
I want to do stand up again.
You do?
I really do,
Yeah.
but I think and tell me about when you started stand up.
Yeah.
Sorry again, we can
No, this is perfect. No,
So again, you've always had
yeah, Marfan
your
syndrome.
Marfan syndrome.
Within I was 11 when I was diagnosed.
so
but I've
when you
always had it.
started stand up, were you talking about it?
Yeah, it took me probably 3 or 4 months before I wrote a little chunk on it. And I remember I drove to Open Toad and I wrote the whole
cool,
chunk
in Athens.
on the way to Open Toad.
That
I
is-
wrote that whole little chunk. And then I ended up doing 5 minutes on just Marfan syndrome that night, and it was the best response I'd ever gotten from my comedy
That rules.
before. So
That's
it was-
where I met Chelsea. It was at Open.
Really?
Toad. So she lived in Athens and
Yeah.
worked at the Globe. She went
great
to
venue. Headline there a couple years ago.
they're so great.
Yeah.
She lived in Athens, and then but she knew Sam Severin,
Yeah.
and God, this is
What a small world, huh?
so back in the day. And so Sam Severin and I
Another
were
incredible Atlanta comic as well, and musician as well.
amazing, small. Her band's small, but so Sam and I were doing Open Toad at
Yeah,
Flickr.
it's like an open mic at Flickr Bar in Athens.
Yeah, this is in 2013,
Wow.
and so but Chelsea knew Sam.
Yeah.
Chelsea came out to see Sam.
Nice.
I met Chelsea. Then Chelsea worked at the Globe.
Yeah.
Then we went. I made Sam. I was like, we got to go back to Athens.
Yeah.
And made Sam get us on the open mic up at the Glut, and that's where Chelsea and I met.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, but all that to say, I don't know what.
I was talking about when I wrote that chunk.
Oh yeah,
so, like,
yeah.
Doing
So
Marfan
you
material specifically.
but it worked, right?
Oh, it's like the stuff that I think made me become a professional comedian. It's like the
Okay.
fact that I was able to talk about like the Marfan syndrome stuff, because I think it's the stuff that I have the most like reason to talk about on stage.
For sure.
And it's like the stuff that I think is the most like honest and like real, and just you'd be surprised, even if it's not the specific experience people identify with, some element of your experience or story, they'll be able to find that. Like,
Well, it's authenticity.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's where my reluctance to get back on stage
yeah,
comes from,
for sure.
because the audience has no idea. Most audiences have no clue
Yeah.
if I've been in a wheelchair
Mm-hmm.
for the past year or if I've
Or
been
forever.
in a wheelchair for forever.
Yeah.
But my material has nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
And so I think I'm reluctant to get up and do a set that is just my, like, I know I could get up
Yeah.
and do like, 12, 15 and just do great.
Yeah.
Like I have the
Yeah. I've seen you do it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
But I mean, or longer, or
Yeah.
I have the material
Yeah.
to do an hour, but I just don't. I'm like, I don't
it
want
doesn't
to.
feel like it was written by you.
Nothing.
currently.
No,
Yeah.
nothing about it.
Yeah.
Even like even before I became paralyzed, I was doing material about my son being born premature in
Yeah.
Greece,
Right.
and I'm doing that, and he was 5.
Yeah.
So I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
And the material still worked,
Yeah.
but I was like, I'm just kind of.
It feels disconnected from who you are now.
Yeah, I've got like 1 or 2 bits that I will still do that
Yeah.
I like. I mean, I've been doing for
Yeah.
13 years,
Mhm.
and it still works, and I love it.
Yeah.
But most of it, I'm like, I don't know how I could get up and talk about. So I just I don't know how I could get up.
So something I did recently that you might take some sort of like, when I did that heart surgery comedy special.
Right.
So I did that 3 weeks after the surgery, and I did it in front of an entire crowd of people who've also had the same heart surgery.
Okay.
So it was at a Marfan conference, which happened to be in
wow.
Atlanta, and I put together an 11 o'clock at night after the conference show.
I didn't realize that. I
on
watched the
Saturday.
special. It was
Oh,
great,
yeah,
dude.
I appreciate it.
So
So
that
that
I didn't
crowd,
realize
that's
that.
why the energy was so good in that room, because like they all have experienced.
Well, I mean,
that.
it was good regardless.
Yeah,
but
like
I understand.
I've
what
done
you're
those
saying.
jokes since at like Skull and stuff,
they-
and
yeah,
some
they
of
don't-
them
they
fall
don't
flat
work.
on their.
They're
Well,
like,
they
"Hey,
do in front of like a disabled crowd specifically, but like
For
a
sure.
normal club audience, Skull especially, they're looking for like raunchier kind of like nightlife comedy, versus
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey, here's a really impactful thing that happened in my last year, like.
I also think that's an issue as
Yeah.
well, because like, dude, when I started at the Skull,
Mhm.
and we would. No one believes me, but I'm like, you got $5.
Yeah.
Got a $5 check.
I mean, I got 20 when I started, and
See, that's great.
much
but-
later.
And so I started in 2013 at the Skull.
Yeah.
And I mean, this Skull's given me, like, I love the Laughing Skull.
Yeah.
That's where I got my start, and that's where
Midnight
I've
Night.
done. I would love to go back and do it.
Yeah.
And but again, I'm reluctant to get on stage because I just
Yeah.
don't know. It just doesn't feel. I just feel very unauthentic doing it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think then that's telling you to, I think the Halloween costume that kind of caught my attention. I think that felt to me like you were almost like kind of reaching out towards like being a publicly funny person again in that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can you explain kind of what the costume was?
Yeah, so if you don't have kids, you probably don't know, but there's looks like a neon turtle
Uh-huh.
with a red hat that you put out, and it's got a flag and it says slow.
Yeah. It's like
And
so
you-
you don't drive too fast.
You
'cause
put
there's
it out
kids
in the
around.
middle of the street when the kids are playing in the street.
Yeah.
That way you can, Amazon or anyone just coming by just slows down.
Yeah.
And so I just got a neon shirt, neon pants, and had a red hat, and I took the flag, and
Yeah.
I was just, and again, it was one of those things, especially because that lady who hit me was in the neighborhood,
Yeah.
that like slow the fuck down
Yeah. Right.
because you drove too fast. And you
A rolling PSA.
yeah. And so I was trying
You
to
know,
be
those signs
funny.
might be more effective if they were in a wheelchair.
yeah.
Like this is what happened last time.
Yeah,
someone went
hey,
too
do
fast.
you guys remember this?
Like-
Do you guys remember?
Yeah.
But yeah, and so yeah, I want to be funny.
Yeah, and I think you still are. Like I think there's
Thank you.
that was one of the funniest things I think I've ever seen. Like truly, I showed it to like 10 people.
Oh,
being
thanks,
like
man.
this is and it explained the story behind it too. And I
Right.
think it's like that specific kind of nugget of like you turning what is distinctly a tragedy into something like finding the funniest elements of that you can to like put into a casual day like Halloween, you know?
Yeah.
Like you were willing to like wear your world like your life's biggest tragedy as a costume essentially
Yeah.
for a holiday, which makes me feel like I think if you were willing to write material about your experience, I think people would be very like open to it. And I personally, just like between you and I would love to like if you ever want to send stuff over, I'm happy to like read it. I
Thank you.
can maybe try to like get some other folks who might understand it even more specifically to like read it too. I just think there's like I would love to see like a half-hour special just about what happened. You know, I think
Yeah.
that could be something that like I don't know, could be really impactful.
I would love to. It's hard to like. I want to get back out there.
Yeah.
But also, I kind of hope people understand
Yeah.
my reluctance.
Of course. Yeah.
You know.
I mean, well, getting up on stage in general is scary, and like with the lack of confidence in like you being the same performer you once were, I can't imagine how scary that is.
Yeah, dude. I was legit worried you coming here.
Yeah,
Because I watched the other ones and I'm like, I got to hold a microphone. I haven't held a microphone. I
Good
move.
job.
I
You're killing
move.
it.
Well, yeah, it all came back.
Yeah.
But I move around
yeah,
on stage, and
Yeah.
how the fuck do I like,
right.
do that on stage? I don't want to just sit there. But also, I had always toyed with the idea of doing a one-man show
Yeah,
about when my oldest son was born overseas premature in Greece.
Yeah.
And then I never did it.
yeah,
And so maybe this is
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to get back out there, dude.
dude. I mean,
promise.
I'm
I
telling
do.
you, as a watcher, I would love to see anything about that from you. And I'd be down to help you produce it, whatever. Like, let me know.
Thank you.
I know people in Atlanta who would like help you make that a reality for sure. Because it's like, it's. I mean, it's so cinematic, almost
Yeah.
like cinematically awful what happened. You know, so it's
Right.
like you gotta like. I think if you have a desire to go up and perform again, I think like people, you would be really shocked at how much people like, get on. It could possibly be like something that even like makes your comedy feel even more like fulfilling. you
For
know?
sure.
I think it's like when I started doing more material specifically about my disability, it really changed the way I felt when I did well in a night. It wasn't like, oh, I did a good job, I made those people laugh. It's like it changes what people say to you after shows too. Like I had people come up
Right.
now and they're like, oh, before it was like, oh, that was funny, man, you're tall, that's crazy. And then it became like, oh, my best friend from high school died of Marfan syndrome when she was like 16, and it was really like healing to hear someone like living their life with that. So it's like you get, and like that's not necessarily what you want at the end of like a fun comedy show. Like, oh yeah,
Oh, did you have a good
tragedy.
time? Yeah.
Oh,
well,
I
yeah.
love you. My best friend died of the thing you have.
I have a line of
tragically young.
people just telling you who
Exactly.
died of
Every
it. Yeah.
compliment I get pretty much comes with like, oh, my grandpa died of that, or like, but at the end of the day, like more people know about it, and then I get the people with Marfan syndrome who didn't know I was going to be there that night, and who like light up the moment I get on stage, and like I've never seen someone write about my thing before. I've never
Yeah.
so I do think there's like a real desire for people to feel represented in comedy, and I think the more difficult and unique your circumstances, the more compelling it can be, you know?
I definitely think it does not alienate
No.
at all.
Yeah, and you as the person who's experienced it feel like it would.
Anyone would like to hear you tell your jokes about Marfan syndrome.
Yeah.
Would not be like,
Fucking, what's
I
this
don't
guy?
got that. You know, it's not like when you're like,
Boring.
oh, so I'm married. I'm not married. I'm not going to listen to this. Like, no,
Exactly.
you still can empathize
Yeah.
or relate to, because, you know, somebody may not have the exact same, you know, syndrome that you have, but somebody with, I don't know, somebody has had a heart attack, somebody has cancer. These are all things, again, like same with like, you know, being paralyzed. It's like, oh, you don't have to be paralyzed to understand what, you know.
Yeah, I think like, yeah, I do think there's something there. I want to like, please, like, we'll talk more after the podcast, but
No, of course.
I'd love to try to push you in the direction of doing that, because I think you're a very talented comic, and I think like I would love to see what you could do with this story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, thank you. That means a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I think this has been really great. We've been going for a bit here.
Yeah, I've had a blast.
But so just kind of end on a note, if you were to meet someone who's like super early on in their journey that you went on, is there something like advice wise you would want to give them?
Oh man,
something niche, something that like you wouldn't have known if you didn't go through that, you know?
It's so hard to say because I'm so early on.
For sure.
In all I know what to say is that like it will get easier, but it still is hard as shit.
Yeah.
So like today is easier than it was yesterday.
Yeah.
But it fucking sucks.
Yeah, dude.
So I'm sorry. I don't have like any good advice.
That's great. I think like,
I think I'm just too early on to give.
That's
good
great advice.
advice.
I think that's like, and there's just like you telling your story on this podcast. I think people will glean little things, you know, to start a GoFundMe.
Sorry, I'm crying.
Start a GoFundMe.
Yeah, GoFundMe.
If you're popular and a bunch of people are your friend, that'll help make your house more accessible a lot faster. You know.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, and sorry I cried, but it's hard to not. But yeah, I really think it's the internet is awful, but also great.
Yeah,
there are so many people that I follow.
Yeah,
who just post about their daily life and how they're doing and stuff, and you go, oh, this guy's been paralyzed with a very similar condition.
Yeah,
or like similar level
of
that I have, and look at him driving around and has a job and you think it's impossible but but
you can do it.
You can do it. I mean, it's just you just
did you know you can water ski?
You can water ski.
You don't have to, but you can.
You don't have to, but man, if you want to fucking water ski, you can do it. Yeah, if you want to kayak, go for it.
Yeah.
God bless.
But you're not going to be.
I'm not going to fucking kayak.
Yeah, I think it's great to like those people I was saying with in their 70s who I met with Marfan syndrome, just being able to like, you know, you can look it up all day. They're like, oh yeah, you'll be fine. Or your doctors can say, oh, you'll be fine. But that's their job. That's what the internet's supposed to do.
Of course.
Versus like seeing it with your own two eyes. Like, oh, that person is exactly what I thought was never possible.
Yes.
You know? So
yeah, and I had a doctor at Shepherd who was very blunt.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, and I really appreciated that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I see a lot of people online being like, I'm gonna walk again. I'm like if I fucking get up and walk again, then that's some goddamn miracle that I don't know. But he was like, you're not gonna walk again. He's like, you may regain some strength, and so that's kind of what I'm like. Well, when I go to physical therapy and stuff at this place, Next Step Paralysis Recovery in Atlanta, we're working on. They're not trying to make me walk again.
Yeah,
they're making it so
good.
that they're making it so that I can like I can't balance. Yeah, because from here down, I got nothing. So they're working on Let's get your ab strength back.
Yeah.
So that you can just be able to move around on your
They're
own.
trying to make your life easier, not
Yes, and that-
make you an able person again.
And that's reality.
Yeah.
And I think that's like a very important thing to just go, look, we're just gonna I'll spend all the money to get my core strength back.
Yeah.
Like I don't
you don't
like,
need to advertise with some lofty goal that
right.
is never going to happen.
Lure
Lure me in with walking again, and then I only end up with core strength.
Exactly. And man, if you made one person do it,
Yeah.
well, that rules.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna.
And like, what a fun surprise that would happen if you happen to walk again. But like the
Oh, if I
expectation
could walk
of that,
again, that'd be fucking fantastic.
the expectation of that, I feel like would ruin the fun moment of it happening too. You know, it's like,
Right.
oh, like I should be able to walk again, and then it happens. Oh, that's what should have happened. Versus like if they tell you you're not, and then all of a sudden, oh,
Yeah, it's not gonna happen
set
tomorrow.
expectations low and then exceed them.
I've always, I think my wife and I both have always come out of like Shepherd Center with our mentality of,
Yeah,
look, I'm not walking again.
yeah,
But whatever we can do to make some type of function
Yeah.
come back.
you're going
That'd
to continue to live your life, but you're not going to live the same life you lived. Like,
I think it's more important to live your life to adapt to what is happening now.
yeah,
And then, man, if 5 years down the road, I go, what a fucking idiot. You modified your whole house.
yeah.
Now you can walk around. Like, that'd be tight, but it's
Yeah.
just not going to happen.
Well, then you gotta break someone else's in the house legs just
I-
just in case, you know. Can't
Yeah.
all have this for nothing.
Someone's got to use it.
Yeah.
Like,
Awesome, man. Well, thank you for joining me on the podcast. So great
Dude,
having you.
it's so much fun.
I'd love to catch up again next time I'm in town.
Of course.
But thank you so much.
You're welcome anytime.
This has been For Those Who Get It.